Good morning, everybody. I hope you are all well, and thank you very much for joining us on this webinar. We're going to be discussing neighbourhood planning in the modern world. Really excited to be seeing you all today. It's great to see so many of you. My name is Stuart, so I am a member of the Scribe team, and John is away on a lovely holiday at the minute, so that is why I'm stepping in. And we're really lucky because we also have Neil and Katerina here. Hopefully, I think Katerina's having some trouble getting in, but hopefully she's in and out. And Neil is going to be talking us through neighbourhood planning in the modern world, and he is a part of the GoCollaborate team. If you have any questions, if you don't mind putting them in the chat down below, because at the very end of the session we have got a Q&A session to go through, and also a poll is going to ping up on screen very shortly for you all to answer, so if you don't mind taking part in that, that'd be brilliant. But yeah, without further ado, I will hand over to Neil.
Oh, I've got a poll already. Good morning, everybody. Katrina's not in this meeting. She's just supposed to do half the slides. So you can imagine how I'm feeling at this point. But I have got her slides and I do know what she was going to say. So even if she doesn't get in, all will be fine. Right. I'm hoping you can see something that says neighbourhood planning in the modern world. GoCollaborate, empowering communities and generations.
We can indeed,
could wave Neil and say yes.
Yes, we're good to go.
Excellent. This webinar sets out how towns and parishes and communities can work together to make their places better, more prosperous, more healthy, and more sustainable. My name is Neil Kirkland. I'm the CEO and Finance Director of GoCollaborate, and hopefully Katerina still will join us. She delivers the platforms and the engagement support, and within that the social media stuff, the clever stuff. In addition to covering neighbourhood development planning, this presentation covers what towns and parishes can do outside of the formal planning processes to improve their places, make them better. The presentation sets out what it takes for towns and parishes and communities to work together, whatever it is seeking to do, namely high quality engagement, and top tips for delivering that engagement and maximising success. Finally, the presentation sets out what the future looks like and how local democracy is evolving and how towns and parishes, communities should be looking perhaps to move with these. Having said that, clearly we now have a new government and neighbourhood planning may change, albeit from what we can see, these changes are unlikely to be significant. Famous last words, eh? All right. At the centre of the current arrangements for community development are neighbourhood development plans. Neighbourhood development plans are, however, far from the be-all and end-all when it comes to neighbourhood and community development. Neighbourhood planning is a process. It is about empowering local communities like yours to take the lead in determining how your area should develop and evolve. This process contrasts with neighbourhood development plans, which are legal documents that are agreed through a clear and prescriptive legal process. This sees the plans laying down a vision for the area together with the detailed planning policies. These are adopted following a referendum run by the local planning authority, which sees them forming part of the statutory development plan for the area. We would suggest the main benefits of the NDPs are: they give communities a direct voice in shaping the development and through this, the future of their area, their places. They provide clarity in terms of what can be expected from local planning decisions. They see growth in the local area being guided in a way that benefits the environment and local economy. Done well, they can protect the identity, heritage, and environment of communities. They can also address specific local challenges and priorities, such as affordable housing, employment spaces, greening spaces, leisure facilities. And finally, the process followed to agree the plans, for most, increases awareness, strengthens the community, and brings the community closer together. We would, however, provide a word of warning. Nobody, and I mean nobody, says the agreement of neighbourhood plans is easy. On the positive, however, most agree that they are very much worth the effort. It should be noted that neighbourhood plans cannot override national or local planning policies, but they can influence their interpretation and application locally. Planning matters are the core focus of a neighbourhood plan. Anything else needs to be confirmed that they can be incorporated. This is a shame given this limits scope of the plans and might see things excluded, e.g. little things like litter picking initiatives, greening initiatives. But on a positive, it does ensure the plans are focused. As noted, neighbourhood development plans are only one of the avenues open to towns and parishes to improve their places. The last government brought forward plans for supplementing neighbourhood development planning arrangements in a number of areas, and it remains to be seen whether the new government runs with these. Outside of the legislative framework, there are lots of things that towns and parishes and communities can do collegiately to improve their places. Towns and parish councils also have precept raising powers, which means they are able to raise quite significant funds with no or minimal impact on the total of council tax bills. Perhaps the key in this is ensuring the council taxpayers understand what they get from their towns and parish councils for what is only, for most, a very small fraction of the total bill. Local residents paying £1 each per month for many towns and parishes can create a sizable fund for towns and parishes to do things to make their places better. So they are eminently doable. Most will know that neighbourhood development plans is government backed through both finances and technical assistance. If you're a town or a parish council or a neighbourhood forum or even a group just starting to think about creating a plan, you could be eligible for funding. Grants are available are up to £10,000 with additional funding if you're including a design guide or allocating housing sites within your neighbourhood plan. Overall, this is a great opportunity to empower your community and take control of your local development. Outside of locality funding, there are a myriad of other grants available for communities to take forward their areas. For more information on these, just give us a shout. Common to all funding opportunities and applications is the ability to demonstrate the community wants what is being proposed. Ideally, this will also see the community working together to ensure successful delivery. This is where high-quality community engagement comes in. High-quality engagement not only informs and gets support for plans and projects that are being proposed, but also can see the skills and efforts of people in the community being tapped and brought into play. Flowing from this need, the latest digital platforms like GoCollaborate makes this easier than cheaper than ever before. Right, at this point, I was going to hand over to Katerina. How are we doing, Stuart, and getting Katerina in here?
I have good news. I believe she has made it in, Neil. I think she's in it.
Hey, can we all have a 3 cheers for Katerina, please?
Yeah.
I can't see many cheers.
Hey,
Right,
wait.
Wait.
excellent. Right, over to Katerina.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry. Yeah, I had many technical difficulties. Now I'm using my husband's laptop. So yeah, we'll see if that will be good. So so thank you, Neil, for the information about neighborhood planning. So now, coming from our experience of conducting numerous neighborhood plan consultations, we would like to share some of the top tips that we think are effective for achieving good results. First off, begin with a clear roadmap. So don't just wing it. Conduct in-depth stakeholder analysis to understand your community needs, concerns, and aspirations, because this helps to shape the plan that resonates and gains support of your locals. Use the multi-channel approach. So we suggest combining online survey tools with traditional methods like public meetings, newsletters, and door-to-door outreach. This will ensure that everyone can participate regardless of their tech savviness. Assemble your team. So identify individuals with diverse skills in planning, communication, or community engagement, etc., to ensure adequate time and resources are allocated to that person as well for their work to cover different areas of neighborhood plan activities. Tap into existing networks. So try to partner with trusted local figures and established groups to amplify your message, build trust, and reach wider audience. Use the right tools. So social media can help with targeted outreach and online consultation platforms can streamline engagement, automate data collection, and make it easier for residents to participate as well. Keep the energy flowing and don't let enthusiasm fade away. Share regular updates to keep the community informed and about the progress, decisions, and upcoming events. So yeah, additionally, be a good leader. Keep your group active and don't let things stale or stop. And most importantly, track your progress during the consultation. It is important to continuously track your progress and monitor your survey responses to adapt if needed. So some good consultation platforms out there offer a dashboard that can show you participation rates and demographic data to see if you have any underrepresented areas or demographic groups. Now, central to success, along with making best use of the latest technology, is social media. Next slide, please. Social media can be seen as something to worry about, but done well, it can bring significant gains. The gains are around reaching and connecting to your residents, getting them and keeping them informed. Whilst participation rates are important, as important is the wider need for the community to be informed, so they can't complain about not knowing about the consultation. And this is where use of social media and the best community engagement platforms really come into play. Clearly, social media brings its challenges, but bringing the technology partner can help you with this. Next slide, please. There are three main ways social media can be utilized. Today, I will cover these three main areas for your consideration. Dependent on your resources, you can then decide how you want to proceed and apply it to your project. So social media can be used at different stages of the consultation, not just for promotion. So let's take a closer look at how it can be used before, during, and after consultation. Before you launch any consultation, social media can be a powerful tool for laying the groundwork for success. It's like warming up the engine before a race. Start off by exploring the existing conversations that already are happening online. Facebook can be a great tool to discover some of the most popular topics people already covering, and you can gain some invaluable insights just from conducting this research. Next step is to identify any influencers in your area who are passionate about the topics and can help you establish that connection in the digital communities by promoting and raising awareness about the topic and the consultation. By using social media, you can start early and generate a buzz around the consultation. So create an excitement and encourage residents to mark their calendars so they don't miss out essentially on this opportunity to have their say when it comes their way. Planning and allocating your resources, I'm sure, can be a daunting task, but it's important to do to ensure you have everything planned and under control during all your consultation stages. You can allocate social media activity to your proactive leaders of the group that already use social platforms. This will make sure consultees have a way to reach out to you if needed. And finally, don't be afraid to seek expert support to help you with social media as well. Next slide. Now that we have explored how to lay the groundwork for pre-consultation, let's dive into how social media can supercharge your engagement during the live stage of the consultation. It is important to consistently track engagement levels, demographic data, and sentiment analysis. So use this data to identify any underrepresented groups and tailor your messaging to encourage their participation. For example, if young people aren't engaging, try creating content specifically for platforms like Instagram or TikTok. Try to incorporate more visuals into your consultation posts. Add some lovely local pictures, maybe, or short reels videos of your parish and town festival, just to create that sense of place and encourage participation. The average human attention span is very low, so don't just announce your consultation once and forget about it. Keep reminding people it's happening through regular posts, updates, and reminders. We advise you also to create a list of frequently asked questions and share this when needed to ensure your consultees have the right information. This will make the process feel more easier and transparent as well. Bear in mind that consultees might misinterpret your information either intentionally or not, which can lead to fake news, and we don't want that. Luckily, social media can be used promptly to correct misinformation. So always do it in a respectful and informative manner. Next slide. Even after the formal consultation period ends, social media continues to be a valuable asset. In fact, it's a critical tool for closing the feedback loop and ensuring your engagement efforts have a lasting impact. In the post-consultation process, your social media can provide statistical analysis of the audiences that your posts have engaged with, breaking them down into demographics, like you can see from this example on the screen. This data can be used for your statement of community involvement as evidence of your inclusivity. To close the feedback loop, use social media to share the results of your consultation with those engaged with your page. So for example, if your parish council Facebook page already have a good following, try to share the results on this page. This will build trust and transparency in the overall process. And as projects progress, use social media to share updates, next steps, and highlight the positive impact of community involvement. This reinforces the value of participation and encourages future engagement as well. Finally, use social media to explain how community feedback directly influenced your decisions or shaped project modifications. This demonstrates that you are listening and that participation matters. Now I will pass it over to Neil to speak about the future of democracy.
Thank you, Katerina. Before I talk about what democracy might look like in 10 years' time, just occurred to me we perhaps should cast our mind back 10 years and think about the differences now. And to us, the differences are around technology and the value of technology and the use of technology, both with the social media that Katerina's talked about there, and the need or the opportunity to get on the front foot with it, use it to do your work rather than suffer the consequences of it being done without you being in control. But also with the digital platforms, such as GoCollaborate, but there are others, that make the process of consultation far, far easier than ever before. And part of that is the ability to feed back to those who have given up their time and effort to contribute and want to help their areas, their parishes, their towns move forward, but perhaps are limited on time, and they want to help when they can do it, when they are available, not through through prescriptive processes that require them to be in certain places at certain times to do certain things. So the future of democracy rolling forward is going to be complex, probably more complex than before, but with that comes opportunities and challenges. Based upon our experience, the coming changes will very likely include increased digital participation, online voting, e-petitions, and virtual town halls could become standard, making civic engagement more accessible and more convenient. With platforms like GoCollaborate giving the people the information they need to contribute and support. However, clearly within the increased digital participation comes the risks around security, digital literacy, and ensuring equity in access. So there's plenty that needs to be done if people are not going to miss out or errors are to be avoided. Governments, perhaps councils, will increasingly rely on data analysis to inform policy decisions. This could lead to more efficient and targeted solutions, but also raises questions about privacy, algorithmic bias, and transparency. Artificial intelligence is going to play a role in automating administrative tasks, analysing public sentiment, and even drafting legislation or policies. This raises questions and concerns about accountability, transparency, and the potential dare I say it, for misuse. Decentralisation and localism means there will be greater emphasis on local decision-making and community empowerment, potentially through initiatives like participatory budgeting and, of course, neighbourhood planning. This hopefully will enhance civic engagement, but will also pose challenges for coordinated national action. Climate change and the global crisis associated therewith will almost certainly drive a greater emphasis on longer-term planning, community resilience, and sustainable development in the democratic decision-making processes. We are likely to see a blend of representative democracy and a direct democracy. It's not going to be a turn the switch, switching from one to the other, where citizens have more opportunities to vote on specific issues whilst elected officials focus on broader policy making. This could increase accountability, but may also lead to political polarization and will need to be managed accordingly at all levels. Clearly, the future is coming and things are going to change. So we would suggest towns and parishes best get on their front foot and see the challenges as opportunities to be enhanced and made best of. We hope you have enjoyed this presentation and the questions it has posed. And it has set you up to think about how local democracy is changing and how you can position to really make a difference to the communities to which you live. Obviously, we're very happy to take questions, comments, etc. Thank you very much for your time.
Fantastic. Thank you, Neil and Katerina.